Hi students, let's start with discussing on arrays today. How we can declare array and how we can access the array elements and how we can display the array element. As we know that array is a set of similar kind of elements. It may be our integer or it may be a character or it may be a boolean. So let me have the integer array. We'll define with int the array name A. It holds an address of an array and the size with the brackets. Let's say we can take in 10 and I can take the size of an array. I define this is n. Okay, so probably we can do in the two different way. I can explain you that how we can do in the different way of size we can define in the globally, and you can wherever the array size you required you can use that array size. So now after defining that array, let ask the students to enter the size. Okay, that is a statement, so it should be in the double quotes. So enter the size of an array okay. Let's use with the next line, so end with the semicolon. So this is your end, so that we can take from the keyboard, that is n. Okay, so once you taken the size, then what we're supposed to do is, so ask the user to enter an array element. So cout statement, enter the array element within the double quotes, enter the array elements. Okay, that comes to the new line. Let me do this. So once you are entering an array element, as we know that it is entering through an index of that value. So let's say the size, if it is 3 elements, so a of 0, a of 1 and a of 2, the size always array it will be end with n minus 1. So start from the 0, always array index will be start from 0 and it will be end with n minus 1, so that should be start with the iteration. Okay, so that I start with the for loop. Within that I define one variable I that starts with always 0. As we know that index of an array, it starts from 0 and that should be end with n minus 1. I am not written here as I less than or equal to n. I am written as n I less than, that index should be less than n. Okay, so that means that it should be ended with a prior iteration, that is n minus 1. That should be I plus plus. Okay, see the for loop, the statement, as we know that initialization, this is your initialization and the condition and the increment. See, if your for loop is only one statement, so there is no flower bracket. If you have the multiple statement, then there will be a body for that for loop. So if it is having the single statement, so here I have the single statement, so that I can use the only one statement. See, in my array is A, the size is with the index I. So each element I am taken as A of I. I am entering the elements. So once you are entering the element, then I need to display the element. Same thing, I start with this array, just copying and pasting here. Okay, the same here I am using the cout statement. Okay, so that array is A of I. So each element, okay, end with, even I want display in the column wise, so I'm using that new line character, that is endl statement. Okay, so here I'm taken the array elements, and here I'm displaying the array element. See here, in each loop, this is the formal declaration for I. It is only that exists for this function for that I. So if you want a local variable, you can define it as I in the statement, then you need not to define in everywhere it is. Okay, that is the another one. Let's compile this program. So there is no errors in this. Let me run the program. So first it is asking enter the size of an array. Let's give it as size is 4 elements. So I'm going to be entering the array element, random number of 4 elements. Okay. So after that it display the array element, entering and array element. I need one statement here. So that statement is cout the array elements are okay. So let me run this directly. I can compile and run here. 4 element, enter the element. So 4 elements if you entered, so that elements are 1, 2, 32 and 4. It is displayed. Okay. So this is the one program to take an array element and displaying an array elements. So here we have the different way of defining the array here. See, I am not define the array here. Okay, I'm deleting that array. Okay, once I'm taken the size of that array, okay, here I'm defining that int a of n. Okay, before I didn't know that a of 10 I mentioned. In that case, see, if you are using only the 4 element, other 5 memory locations and remaining memory locations are empty. So that is loss of memory space. So instead I can define the size first and then I'm defining the array along with the size. So this also works. So let me compile and run. So same way, here I am entering that size is 4, the array element. So the array elements are okay. It takes exactly the n minus 1 size. So this is how we can do with array elements. And one more, instead of formal declaration of this I can use that local variable declaration. Let's say start with I. So need not to define that I every time. So once you define locally, so then it is executing. So same way, enter the size 3, enter the element. So the elements are okay. So this is how the array elements and modifications we can do with this example. Okay, next we'll start with print the serial number until your n. Okay, so same thing, until how long you want to display the size. Here I am not using that array here. Enter the size of n natural number. So I am taken this n, so I am using not n here. Okay, so here the natural elements are okay. I don't want to use input here. Just I'm modifying that. Instead of this array, the elements are. So you start from 0 or 1. Let me start from 1. So here I can display directly that not a of I, it is the element is I. I am just displaying that n natural number. Okay, n natural number in the sense here the condition less than or equal to n. I need to display. Just you displaying the n natural number. Let me run this, compile and run. So let me give it as 5 natural number. So it is going to displaying the n natural numbers are 1 to 5. So this is the one experiment in the laboratory to sum of n natural number. So how do you do this? Now I printed all the natural numbers from 1 to n, okay, and each one I need to add on into this. So for that, what I supposed to do here is, see, first I assign from one variable as sum is equal to 0. So that sum I'll add it with the iterated element, that is I. So sum is equal to sum plus I. So each element is added and stored in the sum. That will be again it is added along with your iterated element, that is I. Let me run this simple program. So here I taken the I variable, I value, okay, and here I am define one as sum is equal to 0, okay. This is sum of n natural number. The program is sum of n natural number. Let me give the comment here, okay, to be understand the user about the program. This is a single line comment. The program is, it is the sum of n natural number, okay. So here I taken sum is equal to 0. So here what I going to do, instead I define already the sum is equal to sum plus I. So the result is there in the sum. So here the body for that for loop, it is a single statement, so that not required your open and closed braces. So the result is there in the sum. So I need to display that sum is equal to whatever it is, sum equals to, okay, the variable it is there in the sum is sum. Fine. So that should be end with this. So now save this program. Let me compile first. So there is no error. So let me run the program. Let me give it as 4 of a natural number. So here 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4. So that is equal to 10. Okay. So the formula what we are using here is n natural sum of n natural number by using for loop. Okay. So it is very simple. Same way I can use the another concept is to find the factorial of a number. Okay. Instead of sum, I can use that as a factorial. I define that fact. Okay. That value always should be 1. Why it is know that it is multiplied with 0 with any element, it is 0. So what exactly we need to do here is, so n is a sense I can take the 1 to n. Let's say 4, your n is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 I am getting. So what you need to do, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 I need to do. Similarly, what I did for sum, instead I can use the arithmetical operator as product. That is star here is the product. So here instead of sum I can use the fact of that number. Okay, this fact of variable. The result is there in the fact. Okay, you clearly mention that what is actually it is factorial of a number. Fine. Let me say this. First compile this. So no errors. So run the program. Let me give it as 4. So the factorial of a number is 24. Why I am getting the elements are? So I don't want that elements are. So make that has to be comment. So factorial of a number is what I need to get as compile and run. So let me give it as 5. 5 factorial is 120. So factorial of a number is 120. Okay. So this is the one to modify the sum of a natural number. Similarly, I can do it only the operation to be changed as multiplier. So that will get the factorial of a number. Okay. So here we need to modify, instead of for loop I can do with while loop. Okay. The same thing it will happening as well as sum of a natural number as well as the by factorial of a number. Okay. So this will be taken up in the next session. Thank you.